really important to have a plan and understand what your goals are.
In fact, my camel out there is suffering right now with a broken back.
So I actually found Pepe when it was only a couple of hours old, and I'm like, oh, this is a funny meme.
Oh my god.
Yo! Who is this degen?
The old man is swing trading over years at a time. And it's like, that's where the real money is made.
The answer is a permanent loss. With single-sided staking, you don't have to worry about impermanent loss.
But really, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of a macro market. It's just what happens.
If you're aware, if you're disciplined, you can hone that into further financial growth.
Financial freedom, so we can actually live life and not have to be constantly living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, more or less, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto degenerates, ducks and squirrels, welcome to our fantastic Whiskey Friendship Crispy Wednesday. The day today is the 27th of August, year of our Lord 2025. My name is Will Stevenson. I'm going to be your host for tonight. For those of you guys who've never seen me before, I'm just some asshole that travels the states building towers, and I talk about crypto. I'm joined tonight by two fantastic gentlemen. I've got my co-host down below, Mr. Zenith DI. Zenith is the resident legal and government analyst for the DGen Roundtable. And we're also joined by the fantastic Mr. Chrispyman of Hexfire.io. For those of you guys who are in Hexaco and you've never seen Chrispyman before, you know almost nothing. Just kidding. This dude's fucking awesome, and he's got a lot of great analytics on Hex and T-shares and all sorts of crazy things. You guys should go check it out over at hexfire.io. It's a really great, awesome website. If you guys want to get some data and some information, this dude's your guy. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight? Mr. Chrispyman, how are you doing, broski? What's new and exciting with you?
Big hey now. Hey now. Right, that's my opening. I'm doing good, I guess, man. This crypto market stuff hurts, man. It hurts my stomach, hurts my head. Always changing. It's you know, third cycle, so for me, so it's all the same. I mean, it's like normal, like activity. It's not nothing new, but still gets you after a while. You know, it's kind of like edging. You know, it's kind of, and it's edgy, just almost getting there.
That's where all the white in the beard comes from. It's all the stresses of the crypto cycles making us all age incredibly fast. Well, it's good to see you, Chris, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mr. Zenith Broski, how are you doing, bro? What's new and exciting with you?
I am doing very well. Just hanging out halfway through the week. We are allegedly getting the battle station back tomorrow, so we'll be back to our better streaming quality, hopefully, and we'll be done with the Pakistani call center mic. But we do what we do in the meantime. Outside of that, though, happy Whiskey Wednesday, gentlemen. I'm enjoying a nice Yellowstone Select straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey.
Ooh,
be good.
Yeah, I should have asked Chrispyman. Are you sipping on anything? You drinking? I think you have a cigar handy, perchance, don't you? Or you might have a drink at your side. I didn't ask you this earlier.
I do. Oh, I have coffee right at the moment, but I have Jim Beam, so I can definitely partake if I wish. But I'll start saying things that are going to get me in a lot of trouble. So probably not a good idea for me to go too far with that. But
well, upside is it's not your stream, so
hey, there you go.
Downside,
well, I'm restreaming it. I'm restreaming it now.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Now I really get in trouble.
All right.
Yeah, I got a nice cigar. I got some Jim Beam if I want it. Got some.
Yeah, actually, I gotta say,
hot black coffee.
I'm looking at the analytics. You're so far pulling in the most amount of audience members at Hexfire, the Hexfire Twitter account. So thank you, Crispy, and thank you for all 19 of you guys that are, or 20 of you guys that are watching on Crispyman's X over there. For tonight,
warms my heart, buddy. Right here.
I've got a Spaten, so that's what I am drinking. Is a German beer, premium lager, since allegedly 1397, but I don't know. I don't know if I entirely trust that. I don't know if anyone's going to fact check them on it either. So I'll just take.
Can I give you a beer tip?
Yes.
Here's one for you to look into. Look into UFO out of Vermont. I think it's
UFO. One of the gentlemen that's in the comments with us tonight. He's a big fan of the Vermont beers, and I would be I would be remiss in my friendship recollection memory stuff if I didn't mention that. Now I don't remember the exact name of the beer that is his favorite over in Vermont, but I spent a lot of time up in New Hampshire, and I will say that they've got their beer game on point up there in the New England
Oh
in the
yeah,
New
yeah, they
England
got
Northeast.
tons. Yeah, well, you know, of course, craft beers were great,
Mhm.
you know, thing to have happen. I mean, for people, for the consumer, anyways, or get all these choices and stuff. I'm not really a big beer drinker, but I went to a touristy restaurant, and they were like, "Ah, you want a UFO?" And I was like, "What's a UFO?" And they said, "Well, it's this blueberry beer." And I was like, "Blueberry beer? What the hell is that? Really good."
I
It turned out to
do
be a
like
good choice, you know. So
I do like the fruity beers. The Snosberry one I tried over in Lincoln, Nebraska. I can't remember who makes it, but that one was really good. And then there was another one over in Wyoming, in a little tiny town called Torrington that I can't remember what it was, but it was a delicious. I can't remember what the name of like fruit beers are, but they're very good. I quite like them a lot. And speaking of things that I like a lot the folks at home, and so it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show. It's time for chat motherfucking shoutouts. You guys can see the tiny little stickers that we give away here now, and my good buddy Josh has mentioned the special word of the day for the sticker giveaway, and so because he has mentioned it, we're gonna do some sticker giveaways for you guys that are here on the stream with us. I've got 3 stickers. I've got the DGen Roundtable stickers. I've got the chat shoutout stickers, and I've also got a secret set of stickers right here that I'm not going to tell you guys about. But if you win today's raffling, I'm going to send you 2 of each of these magical fancy stickers that I got here. And the word of the day is going to be hashtag shrimp tech. So you guys type in hashtag shrimp tech. You don't get a crate of bananas, but if you're the winner of the drawing, then you guys can also get some of these fantastic, delicious stickers. So let's go ahead and do some chat shoutouts. Show some love to the folks at home who are showing some love to us. First up in the chat shoutouts, my good buddy Josh from the Marine Corps. He says huzzah and raises a glass. Huzzah to you too, Josh, Mr. Slide 180. Good to see you, broski. He rolled in as soon as I created this stream about 3 hours ago when I was like, oh shit, I need to make the document for tonight. So shout out to you, Josh. Glad that we could have you with us tonight. Good sir. We are also joined by Hex Monkey, everyone's favorite monkey in Hexico. He says, woo, good to see you, Hex Monkey. Fuck yeah,
do you
broski.
so like I might be the only person that knows this joke, so forgive me for this, right? But I seem to remember there being a an old joke about making a monkey dance, right? And it was you where you point to the monkey dance, right? And
Yeah, yeah. You like shoot it at
I
the
gotta
seat, right?
like dig, yeah, I gotta dig that up because I made that joke with Hex Monkey and he didn't laugh. And I
Oh.
was like, so every time I see him, I'm like, dance, monkey, dance.
Well, he might
Right.
not want his feet shut off. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm familiar.
Uh,
Haha, sorry, Hex Monkey, you're out of the loop, broski.
maybe he does know. I don't know.
Hmm. He could know, and he's just very sensitive about it because he is the Hex Monkey.
Mhm.
Well, it's good to see you either way, Hex Monkey. Woot woot. Shout out to you. Glad that we could have you joined with us tonight. Fucking love to see it. We've also got Mr. Al Pacino, who says, I love the smell of
And
banana in the morning. Yes.
since he said that, can we task him with something?
Al
Yeah,
Pacino? Absolutely.
yeah.
What is Al Pacino's task?
Why don't we do a Hex Pacino day, man?
Hex
We'll all,
Pacino Day.
you know, you ever see what the hell was the name of that movie with the sorority, not the sorority, but the frat boys were living next door and they had the Al Pacino party. I think it was Al
I have
Pacino.
no idea.
Anyways,
I'm at a loss.
Neighbors.
yeah, it might have been just neighbors or something, right? But we should just do like a Hex Pacino or Pulsechain Pacino. You know, everybody dressed like the Al Pacino. Your favorite quotes, we'll get on stream. Let's have fun.
Oh my God, this sounds like fun. I like it.
I'm
I
super
like it.
creative that way, you know.
Bad Neighbors. That was the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Bad Neighbors. Okay. Well,
That's
excellent.
funny.
Well, we're also joined by a couple more gentlemen we got here in the shoutouts, probably ladies too as well. But we've got Mr. Brendan of the DGen Roundtable. Shout out to you, Brendan. He can't be with us tonight. He is doing some moving stuff and wandering about. So for those of you guys who haven't been watching streams lately, he's switching spots in the country. We're no longer Miami DGens. We now have to talk about all the other cool places. I'm always bouncing around, but Texas is where I'm at a lot of the time. There's a whole bunch of DGens all over the place, but Brendan is moving around. So Brendan says, "What's up? What's up, broski? Good that we could have you
What's
with us
up?
tonight." What's up? Yeah.
What's up?
What a good meme. The scary movies. I love them. So Mr. Slide 180 is coming in with the type in hashtag shrimp tech for a crate of bananas. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up our banner for the shrimp tech giveaway. There you guys go. Do you see it at the bottom? And now you don't. And now you see it. And now you don't. I'll put it back up and we'll keep it up. So type
It's
in
like,
hashtag
it's like
shrimp
magic,
tech.
man.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Oh, I've got the producer clicky fingers on,
It seems
on
like
right now.
seems like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like you got some producer chops, man.
I've got a little bit of experience, and we're figuring it out as we go. But if you guys type in hashtag shrimp tech, then you guys get free DGen Roundtable stickers. If you win, then you get multiple stickers. So I already showed you guys earlier that there's 2 stickers. One of them I've already given away, the sauce on what it is. It's a chat shoutout sticker. For those of you guys that are unfamiliar with the show, we always do chat motherfucking shoutouts in the beginning of the show and sometimes in the middle and the end as well. But I've made some stickers for them. So now you too can have your very own copy of the chat shoutout sticker yourself. You can put it wherever the hell you like. But you can only win these stickers if you type in hashtag shrimp tech into the comments, whether you type them in over on. Oh, no, I'm not supposed to show you guys this one. I forgot. This was a surprise.
You're making me
but
feel like I need to have some sort of props, and I don't have any props, man.
props are
looking
kind of
around.
cool. I've noticed that it helps with engagements and it helps with fun. And I always get the same people typing hashtag shrimp tech, so I keep just like mailing stickers to the same folks over and over again. So,
Yeah, see,
anyways, we're
my-
gonna do a couple of giveaways tonight. I'm gonna put some stickers inside of these envelopes, and I'm gonna send them to whoever wins the sticker giveaway. All that I do is I go to streamyard.com/giveaway, and whoever I click like the draw button, and it just does a random number draw. It collects all the comments from YouTube and Twitter, and anyone who types in hashtag shrimp tech gets like 1 entry into those things.
That's built into StreamYard.
Yeah, it's built in. I got the idea from Black Sheep, from the DGen protocol. Those guys have been doing it
I don't
for
know,
like
man.
a long time. It's a really cool thing. It's just a random number generator, and I think that Jimrat Crypto does it too. I think that if you put in the little muscle emoji in his chats, then he does like giveaways or whatever the hell. But yeah, you guys can get yourself some free DGen Roundtable stickers. Anyone who types in Shrimp Tech, you are eligible for free DGen Roundtable stickers. All that you have to do is you have to send me a address. It could be your address, it could be the president's address, it could be your mom. I don't care what address you send me. If you type in hashtag Shrimp Tech and you send me an address, I will send a single DGen Roundtable sticker to that address, because I got a shit ton of stamps and way too many stickers and too much time on my hands. So
I hope they're forever stamps.
yep, they are forever stamps, because the stamps.
If you set up a charity, a nonprofit.
Oh, really?
You can mail this out even cheaper.
Ooh, I think we're going to be talking about something like that a little bit later tonight. Some good charity advice and stuff. But we keep on talking, and these chats keep piling up. So guys, I got to keep going. All right. So type in hashtag shrimp tech if you want some free stickers. We've already got some people in here typing in hashtag shrimp tech. They already know the deal because they've done some of this stuff with us before. So all you got to do is type in hashtag shrimp tech. It doesn't matter if it's the word by itself. It doesn't matter whatever the heck, but it has to have the hashtag, and it has to have shrimp immediately followed by tech, all one word. If you do that, then StreamYard will start collecting your comments. I need to type into the giveaway tool hashtag shrimp tech, bam, and make sure that it starts collecting the comments. So choosing the live stream, Whiskey Wednesday. There we go. Start collecting comments. We've already got 4 entries so far, guys. So if y'all want to be a part of this excellent sticker giveaway, then that's what you got to do. So next up in the comments, a very good friend of mine, Mr. Hexsword. Fuck yeah, broski. I'm glad we can have you with us tonight. I think this is my first time seeing you in the comments on stream. Shout out to fucking Hexsword, dudes. I bought I commissioned a sword from this gentleman. He had made a hex. I want to say it's like a bastard sword or a hand and a half sword. But if you guys have seen it on Twitter, it's super awesome. Just like type in Hexsword on Twitter and you'll find him. He's made a whole bunch of swords with like hex, Pulsechain, Pulsex, and all sorts of stuff. And so I commissioned a cutlass, a Kraken cutlass from Mr. Hexsword. So I freaking love to see you, bro.
Is that the Coast Guard connection or what?
I don't know. No, he's a sword maker. So
No,
he's
no, I mean you. I mean, why
oh
Cutlass?
because I like the pirate stuff. I'm similar to RG3 in that respect. I don't like spread it out to the universe, but I'm quite fond of piracy and doing all this
Oh,
stuff. Yeah, Zenith's got his
yeah.
optical sword over there.
Zenith
Look at
is
that.
showing off. Look at
Yeah,
that. He actually has a real sword.
he's got his coasty sword. Oh, if we're playing the sword show off game, broski, then I got one in my closet. It's not the hex sword because I didn't want to bring it. I didn't want to bring it with me over to the Jam Ranch camper, but I actually have this stupid big Zweihander that I got. You can buy this thing on Amazon. Super fucking cool. But it's a big ass fucking two-handed sword.
Should
I
be
freaking
quite
love
large
it.
there.
Yeah,
Now I'm
Chrispy,
feeling
you need a sword, bro.
now I'm feeling sword envy. You know what I brought? I brought a anti-cheat tool.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh,
this is my anti-cheat tool.
Ooh, that's good.
Sometimes it's called a cigar cutter, but
You
tonight
can't have lettuce hands when you got no fingers. So there you go. That's how you use it.
I wasn't thinking about fingers, but okay, whatever.
I love it. Well, anyways, it's good to see you, Mr. Hexsword. Fuck yeah, broski. All right, carrying on with the chat shoutouts. All right, guys, we gotta roll through these because they just keep rolling in. We're also joined by Miss Amber Simon. She says hello to you too, Amber Simon. Glad to have you with us. We've also got Shell Fox coming in from Mr. Chrispyman stream. Good to see you, Shell Fox. Cheers and flame on to you too, boy. And speaking of boy, we got Mr. Danny Boy saying gain gang. We've got the gain over here, fellas. We're hoping to get the massive fucking gains as well as the financial gains. I've got 2 pennies right here that I can rub together. So for hopes and prayers and lucks that our crypto gains will be fantastic. Good to see you. Much love to the Quattro Cinco stakers, by the way. I'm a Quattro Cinco staker. I know the Chrispyman's a hell of a Quattro Cinco staker, and I'm quite certain that Zenith might have a Quattro Cinco or a couple there. But hell yeah. So we've got Hex.
Yeah.
Hexsword has joined us in the shrimp tech thing. So there we go. You have entered into the running up, Mr. Hexsword. What were you going to say, Chrispy?
No, keep going, man. I don't want to interrupt your snack.
All right, sweet. Yeah, we've got quite the flow here. Shout out also to Mr. MVS Crypto. Good morning, legends. Have a wonderful day. Good morning to you too, sir. I love
that
MVS.
guy.
He makes some hella good newsletters for Pulsechain. If you guys don't know who MVS Crypto is, you're missing out. Go follow him on Twitter and check out his weekly newsletters. They come out on Tuesday, and they're just chock-a-block full of fantastic information of all the cool stuff that's going on over in Hexaco. Speaking of cool things going on over in Hexaco, we're also joined by Miss Tam Tam, who says, hello, my lovelies. Hello to you too, Tam Tam. Glad to have you with us tonight. Shout out to the #1 cheerleader in all of Hexaco. And if you guys didn't know this already, Tam does Richard Hart University not Telegram calls. What are the Twitter things? What are they called? Twitter Spaces. She does Twitter Spaces every Tuesday. I want to say from 6 to 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm pretty sure. Tam will have to get back to double check on that. But yeah, so she's starting this excellent place for if you're new to Pulsechain, if you're new to crypto, that's the place to go if you want your questions answered and then questions answered. And then I'm gonna also be helping her out. I'm gonna create a completely separate YouTube from the DGen Roundtable, and I'm gonna start making like dummy simple onboarding and this is how you do this, that, or the other thing YouTube thing, and it's just gonna be like a series of 12 videos or like a little playlist of 30 videos or something. So that way you guys don't have to like sort through 500 streams to find the one perfect video of this, that, or the other thing. So I'm gonna try and make a nice little tight archive of like how to do this, that, or the other thing for new people that are fresh out of the box. But Tam is the one who put this all together.
She's my favorite.
Yep, absolutely. So it's good to see you, Tam. Welcome. Mr. Shellfox, also speaking of the Quattro Cinco gang, we've got Mr. Shellfox in here with the Quattro Cinco. Good to see you, broski. And Miss Tam also says that it's great seeing Chrispy on here as well. Absolutely. We love it. Mr. Hex Chris then says, checking in, fellow Hexicans. Good to see you, Hex Chris. Welcome. Glad that we can have everyone. Man, Chrispy, you are pulling hella people into our metrics that we normally don't see. So thank you for doing this, and we're gonna have a great show tonight. We've got Mr. Mike L saying bad neighbors. I'm not sure who the bad neighbors are. but I suppose that there are some bad neighbors somewhere. We've also got Mr. Vets in Crypto has joined us. Love these guys. Sorry to hear about the lawnmower. Ooh, I got a story for you guys as soon as we're done with chat shoutouts about what's new and exciting with me. So there you go. Show your support and repost this stream accordingly. There you guys go. You guys can do whatever you want. If you repost the stream, I will be very happy. I will not require it. I love y'all being here. We've got the folks rolling in with the shrimp tech, Mr. Kenturian 54X, everyone's favorite dungeon master, pilot, and farmer. Love to see you, broski. Welcome, welcome. Also, make sure that you guys get that Bad Ideas shirt and the cookbook. If y'all don't know, then stick around. I wear nothing but these Bad Idea t-shirts, so make sure that you get one at some point. We love having bad ideas. And and I guess we got to get the Fast Abdul sunglasses as well. This is great. And Mr. Hexord talking about breaking out the blades. Yes, absolutely.
for
Every
the
man
eggplant.
needs a crossword.
Yeah.
Yep. We're here for the eggplant, and we're here for the fucking swords. The swords and the cigars and the whiskey. It's a good day today. We've got Mr. Brendan typing in hashtag shrimpy eggplant. That is the incorrect word, but Mr. Brendan has already got a ton of stickers, I believe. And if he hasn't, then I should have. Oh, shoot, man. I meant to give you a stack of these DGen Roundtable ones when I was over visiting you. Oh, well, I'll mail them to you at some point, dude. But yeah, type in hashtag shrimp tech like it says below in the scrolling Chiron down there, and you guys can win some DGen Roundtable stickers. We're joined by Pimp Shinobi saying, hope that all is well, guys. Hope all is well with you too, broski. We've got Mr. Polly64 saying, Shrimp Tech, let's fucking go. We got Tam thanking us for the shout out. Absolutely, Tam. Pimp Shinobi is reminding us that he's here for the tech. And we've got Brendan saying that he's seen Will wear something other than a Bad Idea t-shirt. It is a rare occurrence, but I will agree that Brendan has seen me in a shirt other than the Bad Idea one. So stick by and hang out to learn more. But gentlemen, that concludes chat shoutouts. It's time to regale you all with a tale of lawnmowers catching on fire. So
Whoa.
yeah, so if you guys haven't seen, earlier on Twitter, I posted a picture of a burnt down $12,000 lawnmower, and the moral of the story is make sure that you're paying attention to everything while you're dealing with hot lawnmower engines and very dry grass. I was mowing the lawn out here at my buddy's ranch, and frickin' the whole thing just went up in flames. I was driving and I turned around and I saw smoke coming from the engine. I'm like, oh shit, I better make it back to the concrete pad before something bad happens. And then like I turn around again and there's even more smoke, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is bad. And so I slow down, and that's when the flames started shooting up like right behind my seat. And I'm like, I'm off for this motherfucker. And so I haul ass. I'm like calling my buddy, like, yo, dude, fucking bring fire extinguishers out here. This is fucked. And we thought we put it out. He brought out like 4 fire extinguishers. I ran back, got my truck, grabbed some more fire extinguishers. We sprayed the fuck out of the lawnmower, but it was hot enough underneath that it just kept igniting the grass, and then the grass started getting crazy, and like it caught fire real quick and spread out. And we're like trying to run around, grab buckets, douse blankets in water, and like try and like smother the ring of fires that kept growing bigger. And eventually it was like, bro, fuck it, we ain't saving this bitch. She's going down. So it burnt down about 2 acres of his ranch out here before we were able to get the fire trucks out, because we called 911, and they came out here and they put out the flames. So now we have this big black spot in the middle of the ranch, and it's like, oh well, shit. So be careful, guys, and watch out for lawnmowers catching on fire and things. So that's what's new and exciting with me. That was my little and that happened yesterday. So that was quite the tale. So anyways, that's all for that. One of the reason that we brought you on here, Mr. Chrispyman, enough about me and enough about the folks at home. The reason that we brought you on here is because you created a really cool document that I want to share with the folks at home. I think that everybody ought to see this. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my screen share right now. This is the Pulsechain initial KOL marketing kit. So before we dive into this, Chrispy, and before we like get really down into the weeds, can you give us a quick little summary, a quick little briefing on what this is and what inspired you to kind of make this document?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's do that. I think we probably should define what the hell a KOL is, right? Until about a month ago, I never heard the term before, and then all of a sudden, people are throwing that around. I guess it kind of makes sense, But what does KOL stand for? Anybody know? I don't even know.
It's
It's an acronym for influencer or shill.
Well, that's true. That's true.
A rebrand, if you will, but it
Yeah,
stands
I
for
think-
key opinion leader. So
Yeah,
this is
key-
kind of the new wording that people are using to not sound as less
My
serious
res-
when dealing with when influencers and like social media personalities are trying to interact with brands and actually do like legitimate business.
Yeah. Well, yeah. My research shows it was first seen maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but it just for some reason picked up now. Anyways, that's what KOL means, right? So, hey, this document, I don't know, fancy words, right? Work with AI a little bit. They come up with stuff. This is just my document, right? It's something I put together along with some research with AI. But I'll tell you how I got there. Right, so this is no official document. I just threw the logo on there, and I sent it out far and wide to as many people as I could. Why? Okay, you guys may have heard Richard talking about this big marketing thing, right? This big marketing event that he's got going on, and where he's talking about sending out these devices to people. Remember you used to talk about the postcards all the time and direct mail being the best way into people's homes. And then he got a lot of pushback on that. And then that became this new effort. And I got to tell you, when I first heard about it, I was not enthused. I was like, man, what is this, right? I mean, I got a calculator over here. I mean, I think at old school, right, or whatever. And like what? So he's going to send out a bunch of calculators to people. But something in the back of my mind kept nagging at me about this, and I was like, well, there's got to be something to this. And I use this method. I have these little tricks of the mind that I try to use. Kind of like these are not the droids you're looking for type of tricks. But anyways, I was like, well, why not? Why not? Right. So when I have like a reaction to something, and I'm like, no, this is stupid, I ask why not. And so I started doing the research, and son of a bitch, wouldn't you believe that what is currently in progress for Pulsechain is probably one of the best methodologies to reach the most people, the most time, and get the most response, right? So
Yeah.
obviously he did a lot of work to do that, right? I mean, in research. And so this document was just like, hey, let's get some facts out to some other people, right? Like you guys and anybody who's watching this stream and anybody else that we get the information to. And that's why I've been doing these other streams. Get the information out in people's hands so that they can get behind something that's going to pump your bags, right? I mean, this is like something that as it's going on, we ought to be actively supporting and not bitching and moaning because I didn't get a blue calculator and he got a pink one and and why whatever it ends up being, doesn't matter what it is. And that's the key point. It doesn't matter what the item is as long as it checks the box of being something electronic and something that people will use. I mean, that from that point of view it matters. But I see all this shit out there. I mean, people talking about hardware wallets. No, I mean maybe. But I mean, I guess somebody might ship you 200,000 hardware wallets with millions of dollars on a C-van that could be hijacked at sea. Maybe, but probably not. Probably not, right? And and I'm probably not going to be seeing iPhones go out to people, but I'm probably not getting these like futuristic hologram projectors, right? And all this other stuff. So I'm guessing that some people are going to be like pretty negative about stuff. And I think all the rest of us need to be armed with facts so we can be like, no, F yeah, man, this is it. This is like a huge deal. And like we have the potential to add hundreds of millions of dollars of TVL in if this thing gets extended and it goes the way I think it could go. So this document was just about getting information out to people, at least initially, so they have it and they could speak to this. Because 2 more weeks, I don't know, Johnny Chaos is posting stuff about things being in the mail. Maybe it is, I don't know, but we're going to see something soon. And I want to be super positive about this and be promoting and moving forward and not trying to hold back things.
Yeah, we don't get forwards by with negativity and bitching. All of the progress made, like pretty much ever in any endeavor, is by people trying things and moving forward. Not about like naysayers being like, this will never work, that'll never work, but never actually doing anything. Zenith, do you have any thoughts you want to share before I start reading off what this document entails?
No, let's just get into it. But I believe the poem that you both are referencing there is the man in the arena. It matters not what the people in the crowd are doing. The focus is on the man in the arena. So do
Yep.
things. Don't sit on the sidelines.
Yep. And I mean, like,
smart.
I don't want to like pat ourselves on the back too much here, but like this is one way. If you're looking for a way to do things, this is one of the ways that you can do things. If you go out there, you start streaming, you start like talking to friends, you start like looking at cool things. Like literally, all that I did was receive a message from Chrispyman, and then I'm like, "Hey, I read it. You want to talk about it?" Like it's nothing crazy, and it's just there. Like if I just read this on my own, then the information stays inside of my head and it doesn't get spread out to the rest of the world and it doesn't do anything. Now if I go and like if I talk to my neighbor about it, if I talk to you guys about it, then we're reinforcing this information and stuff. So like the easiest and coolest thing that you can do is just like share it and like do so, share it in such a way that other people are interested in listening. So I think that that's like one of the biggest things a person can learn in life is marketing and salesmanship and the art of making things interesting to other people, not just like talking about things that I'm interested in. If I only talk about shit that I'm interested in, then I become like an autistic savant that just like sits there rambling on and on and on about like, trains and guns or whatever the hell. And if nobody's interested in me, then I'm just like basically how do you describe it, Zenith? It's like I'm sitting on my own soapbox just sending emails to myself in a world or like something like that. It's like the way that you make the world better is you interact with people and you do things. So that's my 2 cents. Anything from you guys before I start hopping in? Crispy, looks like you got something.
Well, I would say that for anybody listening, your advice is really good advice. Now we all have different personality types, right? And it's really important. I think it's really important for you to figure out what yours is and kind of have that self knowledge. And so yeah, and it can be work, right? Particularly if you're not a extrovert, right? To get out there and to do that. But that's very much true. I mean, a lot of the work that I do, numbers and stuff, people aren't interested in that, like in direct conversation, and it's hard to relate, so it definitely resonates with me.
Well, let's resonate this the stuff in this document, because you put some good effort into this, and I think we should share it with the folks at home. So here's what I'm going to do for those of you guys that are listening and not reading along with you don't got eyeballs on the screen. I will read out everything aloud for you guys, and then we'll chit chat about it. So for those of you guys that can't see, this is a PDF document that is labeled at the top Pulsechain Initial Key Opinion Leader Marketing Kit. So this is basically like, hey, the stuff that you guys could talk about to other people and things for you to think about as you're going around spreading the message and doing the proselytizing. So part one, the executive summary. In a few weeks, a groundbreaking direct mail marketing campaign is launching for Pulsechain. Rather than flash in the pan type hype, this campaign centers on lasting brand visibility and is designed to become a household presence, not a throwaway. This marketing is directed towards new users, not existing community members. One of the things that I think I want to highlight in here is that the device isn't a throwaway because it's an electronic thing. What's the principle that like the more costly a signal, the more that you can trust it, right? Like if I give you something that costs me nothing, then you'll probably treat it as something that is worth nothing. But if I show up to your house and I've baked a cake and I've poured my heart and soul into it, then like you're at least going to feel a little bit obligated to be like, oh, thank you for this cake. I'm going to have a piece and I'm going to look happy while I'm eating it, even if I don't like it or whatever the hell. It's like things that other people put value into, other people tend to see that sort of value and they like they treat it as such. So if you get an electronic thing in the mail and it's not just like some like card that you open up and it says happy birthday whoever the hell and sprays you with confetti, if it's like an actual cool little mini Game Boy or some sort of price sticker device or some sort of like, I don't, we were joking about all sorts of things that it could be powered by a CR2025 battery. But like if you see some cool little electronic thing in the mail, it's like, oh, this is worth something. Like it costs nothing to get a piece of paper printed and sent to you. That's why everyone throws junk mail like basically straight in the trash. When
Yeah.
something has like a weighty or a volume substance or like is in a bubbled mailer, like it's like, oh, this isn't just any other thing. So like when you were saying earlier, Crispy, like this has the highest like retention rate of message broadcast to message received from like an advertising perspective. It's like, think about how many times you drive past a billboard and you don't think a fucking thing about it. It's like, or how many times you hear a message on the radio and it's just like, in one ear, out the other. Or you see a something and then it just disappears. Like it doesn't have stickiness, it doesn't have longevity. If I asked you guys on the show to like, hey, click the like button or whatever, it generally has somewhere between a 1 to 5% actionable rate. So like if I say, hey, make sure you guys click the like button, and there's 178 people watching right now, then about 3 to 5 people are going to click the like button.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
generally the rate. But with these
But
cool
if you
things,
say it every 5 minutes and you don't shut up about it, people will click more, or they'll click
Exactly.
off. But that could happen too.
Yeah. But what's cool about this device is it's basically like, hey, this is a valuable thing. It's not like when I say, hey, click the like button, it's like, oh, that sentence is over, and it did nothing for you. It didn't solve your
Yeah, exactly.
problems.
Well,
So,
yeah. What the marketing research shows is that when somebody gets something like this, they don't see it as a promotion; they see it as a gift,
mhm.
which puts it in a totally different frame of mind. Which is what leads to the numbers saying, "Hey, when you get something like this, you're going to keep it for 2 years."
Yep.
Right. And so I think that those are really important points as we go along. And the thing I think for us to be thinking about too is just remember this really isn't directed at you guys, not me.
Mhm.
I mean, we're talking about getting new people on board, not us,
Yep.
And so like I got T-shirts, I got a whole stack of T-shirts here, man, with different logos and stuff. Man, I can't wear them all, and don't. Sometimes I just lose them; they disappear. I got pens, whatever. So this is, and I think this gets to this next section about how this thing was probably chosen. Is the idea behind it was, okay, how do you get something in front of people that's useful, has utility, right? It's a gift, it's valuable, and etc. So I don't want to take away from your reading through the document, but I mean, I kind of was thinking, like, how did they make this decision? And there it is.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and launch right into the second part, and Zenith, I'll toss it over to you for any thoughts here, since I've been talking your guys' ear off. But for the folks at home, section number 2 talks about the key talking points for influencers, and anybody could be an influencer. If you're somebody who talks to somebody, then congratulations, you have put influence on them. If you guys are sitting here listening to me run my mouth right now, like I may not be super effective as an influencer, but like you're still sitting here, you're listening to the words that we're saying. You might be entertained, you might hate me, something like there is some sort of outcome that is directly resulting from my talking to you, whether you like it or hate it. So everybody's an influencer. So there you guys go. The problem, okay, so to the key talking points. The problem: traditional marketing quickly disappears, like Chrispy just said. Flyers get tossed, ads are ignored, and swag gets forgotten. So the approach: a thoughtfully chosen mystery item that is used every day, highly visible in the home, aligned with Pulsechain ethos of innovation and durability, and is also distinctly memorable, i.e., not just another piece of merchandise. These are all things that describe uh, what we envision this electronic device to be. In a perfect world, it will be all of those things, and it will be a lot more meaningful. So, Zenith, I want to toss it over to you, Broski. Do you have any thoughts or anything that we've talked about thus far that strikes a chord?
Um, I mean, just general thoughts overall, but for the key talking points for folks, we're going for this one. Problem is that the reality is that you, as an average American, are bombarded by advertising on a daily basis. Advertising is a multi-billion-dollar industry inside the United States, and people will spend a lot of money just trying to grab your attention. So, is there a lot of noise coming in? Yes, absolutely. But it seems like what they're trying to get at here is that they want something that's going to maybe help cut through that a little bit more. Until we know what the device is, it's still kind of a mystery. But at the end of the day, it's exactly what we're talking about here. So,
But I don't think it matters what the device is. I think that's
Okay.
the key. But it has to meet certain level. Like, it's got to meet these requirements. It's got to be something that people are going to use and keep around.
Exactly. And the name of the game for what we're talking about here is it seems that The way that they're trying to really capture attention is that instead of just having a flash thing come up on your screen that you're going to X out of so you can go get to your email or whatever, it's giving a tangible thing. So it automatically sense a touch. It's going to be seen every day, so visually, and you can probably use it, meaning you're going to be thinking about it multiple times. So from the advertising standpoint, that's a pretty good leg to stand on right there. But again, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, 100%. But and plus, you know, this whole process as you go into it, right? I mean, if it's highly visible, and we'll look at some of the numbers, and I got some more additional data. I mean, if it's highly visible, you're talking about getting in each household thousands of touches from one delivery. And that's a big deal, you know. And they throw these numbers around in marketing, like 3, 6, 9, 33. You know, the idea that you got to see something 33 times before it's ingrained in your mind. You know, this could make Pulsechain, you know, a household name. Like, people know what the hell it is, what Pulse and Hex is. So it's a very strong effort.
It would make it a lot more real. You had mentioned just a little bit ago you've got some data and things. I think that's a perfect segue into this. For the folks at home, this is a little bit of a chart, so I'm going to kind of read it one line at a time. But this is all the data that cites the stuff that Chrispy was just talking about. So we've got two columns. We've got an insight column, and then we've got the data in the source of the column. So the insight is basically focusing on this is the thing that this type of device sort of solves. So the first one is longevity. Most promotional items are kept between 8 to 16 months, and tech-like items often last 2 or more years. So you can look at, and all this stuff comes from ASI, Wikipedia, and print to brand. Print to brand, I think, being of good source. I haven't looked at what print to brand is, but I'm guessing that they're the guys that have done like the hard level research on going and figuring out what is the type of flyers that work. What are the type of posters that people keep? You know, what's the stuff that works and whatnot. The next,
Yeah, so people keep it twice as long. That's the key
Mhm.
point. Twice as
Yeah.
long.
Yep. So if you when you get an electronic device, it's like, ooh, fancy. It's like you get what is it, Prometheus Fire, or oh shoot, what's the other one? You get the cool little tools and things. So next up, the next insight is brand recall, brand recollection. So 83% of customers remember the advertiser who gave them a promotional product, and this is the gift a feeling um, type of thing. There used to be a very famous and annoying thing that people would do in airports. I don't know if you guys remember this, but they would give a free rose out to, like, all these little charities would give a free rose to passersby, and then they'd be like, here, this is a rose, it's just for you, it's a gift. Oh, by the way, we run a charity, would you like to donate this, that, or the other thing? And it was essentially a coercion tactic that specifically incites the feeling of like guilt, reciprocity, and like in charity for other people. So like when people will give you a rose and then try and get money out of you, it's like, haha, here's a thing. Now can you give me a thing? And there's like this deep-seated evolutionary psychology thing where humans are like, oh, somebody gave me a gift, I have to give them a gift, or I have to like balance the ledger, or I have to do this thing. So like the initial emotional response to being given something is like, oh, I like this person, they've made me feel good. Now the other
right.
people misused it and turned it into like a like an emotional manipulation thing. But like the feeling inspiration works, and that's what you're going for with this, right, Chrispy?
Yeah, because you know when we look at the numbers, could be all over the place. You guys can do your own research too, but this just gives you an idea. Just understand that it's way different, right? Like I see an ad on the computer, the numbers say that 20% of the time or less people even remember what the hell they saw the next day. Never mind seeing it every single day. Shit, I can't even tell. Sometimes I'll be, of course, I'm getting old, right? But sometimes I'll be in the middle of doing research and I forget what the hell I'm looking for right then. I just see an ad and I'm like, oh, let me go chase that little shiny thing, and then come back and I don't even remember what the hell I was looking at. I said to my wife, well, I was looking at something cool. I'll remember someday, maybe. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing is exactly that. Somebody gets a gift like this, they're likely going to remember it. They're going to remember it.
We do like being memorable.
Yeah,
Excellent.
big deal.
And the next thing, so part of being memorable is like when you remember something and it makes you feel good, right? You combine the last two things, and then you start getting word of mouth sharing, which is the next insight that that is in Chrispy's doco here. So
which
79%
is huge.
of recipients, yeah, like because this starts dealing in like reputation and social proof, which is very, very powerful. Like think about the dentist that your friend recommended that you go to versus the dentist that you googled or whatever the hell. It's like this means nothing to me if I just like Google something, or if I see it in a newspaper ad. But if my friend says, hey, you got to go to this person, what they're doing is they're staking their reputation, they're staking their brand that exists inside of your head on the high quality of this sort of work. And people are excited to share cool things with each other people. So what the document says is that 79% of recipients are more likely to continue support after receiving a promotional item. So they'll talk about it more often. Like I got this cool
Yeah.
thing in the mail. You'll never guess. Like it was like it builds me paper airplanes, and now it throws paper airplanes around my house and does cool things. So
100%, right? Network marketing, it's network effect, Metcalfe's law, right? Isn't that the right law?
Yep.
And the idea that you have end to the second whatever number of expansions, after you start talking about it. So here's the deal, right? 200,000 households are going to get this. You got a couple people in there, probably 2 people in a household minimum, or average, or whatever. That's 400,000 people are going to get something they're going to see every day, remember every day, and they're going to tell 2 people. And now you get 800,000 people that heard about it.
Yep.
I mean, this is a big deal just for one container.
Yeah, and there's several of them, I think, just coming to the United States, and a couple going to other countries as well. So it's like this could have like a multiplicative effect, and then
Yep.
they're being sent to the wealthy zip codes. So it's like you don't have to worry about this being sent to like homie Will Stevenson, who's got fucking 2 pennies to his name that he can rub together because he just lost he just made his friend lose a $12,000 lawnmower, and so all the money's tight, right? These promo items are going to houses and families in the wealthiest zip codes. So it's like these are going to doctors, they're going to lawyers, it's going to marketers, salesmen, like all the people that are the big shakers and movers. Maybe they're even going to the oil sheikhs over in Saudi Arabia. Who knows where these things are going to? But like they're going to wealthy people, and the wealthy people are going to start talking about it, and then they're going to hear it from their other wealthy friends, and it has this beautiful multiplicative effect. So
Yeah, and when they get this thing, the numbers say, or marketing numbers, have nothing to do with crypto or anything else, is that the response rate will be between something like 2 and 7%.
Yeah.
Right, which is huge. It's so big. It's so big.
Yeah.
So big. It's so big.
I know we just said between 2 and 7% is big. To people that don't know the stats for this kind of stuff, that is a pretty decent conversion rate when it comes to advertising. So just again, think about all the stuff you see on a daily basis, and then all the stuff that you actually take action on as a result of it. So understanding like marketing, we spend a lot of money on marketing because it's proven to work. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep doing it because that's negative return on investment. But yeah, anywhere between 2 and 7% is pretty good. Some of the best sales funnels out there get as high as 10%. So that's just the context for what we're saying here.
Yep.
And then we've got the longevity of it. So the next category is extended use. So around 80% of these promotional items are kept for over a year, and some are used for up to 5 years. And this is from Promotional Products Work as well as Fluid Branding. So like if you've got people seeing these things for a long, long time, and they're using them for a long, long time, that's occupying a lot of like mental space. Think about how often you stare or you look generally in the periphery of your steering wheel. You see it a lot. Now imagine there was a Coca-Cola sticker on your steering wheel and you couldn't take it off for some fucking reason. Every time you get in the car and start driving, you're going to be thinking about Coca-Cola, whether you want to or not, because it's there, because you see it. Now, if you happen to enjoy your car steering wheel and you really, really like it, it's the most comfortable wheel you've ever used, like you're going to start associating that feeling of awesomeness with this cool thing, with something you see all the time, and then you're going to tell your friend about it. And like all of these things, all these little insights that you see on this little category, they start having this crazy multiplicative effect, like we've been talking about. So the longer it lasts, the cooler that it gets, and Yeah.
Well, yeah, with customer acquisition, right? You want to be engaged with your customer as long as possible and as deep as possible, right?
Mhm.
And so that's what you're kind of seeing here is okay. This is marketing, so they're not customers yet, but you talk about twice as long. People being able to recall the thing, them talking about it, telling other people, extending the network, and then keeping the thing around for 2 years. And then the numbers on that is if you have something like this, you're going to get like 2,000 brand impressions from that, like 1,000 a year, which is like a touch, right? What they call a touch. And like 1,000 touches is a lot. It's a lot, man.
That's three thoughts about it a day, just about.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
significant. And then the next thing to kind of roll on into it, the next insight and last insight is shareability. So 63% pass on a promo item when finished with it, or pass on a promo item when finished with it, extending reach. So like this is talking about how like it's not like when I'm done and satisfied with whatever cool thing it is that I have, like I'm happy to give it to a friend of mine, or I'm happy to lend it to a neighbor, or like, oh wow, this book like changed my life. Here you go, have a copy of it. I'm spreading the joy around. So not only do you get all the effects of like when it first hit and then you had it, but now you're passing on the novelty to someone else, and it's potential that it just restarts that entire cycle and just redoes the whole fucking chain, and you get even more craziness. So 63% of people who like what they get, they pass it on. That's freaking crazy. So I like it. We've got a comment by Mr. Believe in Yourself. The general rule is 8 touches are needed for something to have staying power, and that's what I remember as well. Like you every seventh time or eighth time you see a picture of a Coca-Cola bottle, you think to yourself, man, you know what, I could go for a Coca-Cola right now. And then you go out to the store, and if you happen to pass one by, you're like, ah, yes, I'll go ahead and grab one. I've seen it 8 times. You don't think about this, but it's
How
like,
about how
ah, yeah,
about how
I
about
I
how about a
need one.
thousand, man? How about a
Yeah,
thousand? How about that?
exactly. Yeah,
I
it's
want to
like
see something go.
and what's crazy is like one of the really cool things I like about Richard Hart's marketing is he chose like a simple shape that you see like geometrically in a lot of places in life. Like it's hard for me to think about things other than hex and pulse chain and incentive token whenever I see hexagons out in real life. Like there's a lot of things in real life
Mm.
that have hexagons on them. So if you can get this positive impression and then you like subliminally associate it with a shape or a cool pretty color, like the hex gradient is the same gradient as what's on Instagram. So every time you like open up the Instagram app, it's like, oh, that's the same colors as like Chrispyman's background that he's got down there. Like all of these things, all of these things just keep building up momentum in this giant crazy snowball. So I freaking like it, and I think we're going in some pretty cool spaces here. Alrighty. So that concludes the data. The next part is about addressing criticism. So in section 4, handling criticism, what the theoretical critic says that people should just use the budget to buy tokens and boost the price. It's like this is a common thing that you'll hear in crypto spaces. Like the SAC funds have $700 million or 700 yeah million billion, I don't remember. It has a whole bunch of money in it. I think it's 700 million.
Yeah, or
That
something.
yeah, the SAC funds have a ton of money. They should just use that money and buy the coin and make the price go up. And the response is that like the marketing isn't about a one-day pump. It's about expanding awareness and sustaining growth. Without visibility, adoption stalls, and this campaign aims for permanent, not temporary impact. And this has a lot of similarity to a lot of the things that Richard Hart's been saying and focusing on for pretty much all of his like content creation life. It's about the delayed gratification. It's not about the instant gratification. If you make the chart pump, you get instant gratification. You feel good. Then you got people selling. Then the chart goes down. But it doesn't like you don't you don't breed longevity that way. You don't get people sticking around for the long haul. You don't get them starting, Quattro Cinco stakes and tuning into Chrispyman's streams over on Xfire.io. Like when you get people in for the long haul, when you build it up grassroots as opposed to candle that burns bright burns quickly and then it's gone. Once you get people in such a way that they want to stay there and they want to continue to hang out and do cool things, like it turns into a much longer lasting ecosystem than just bringing in people who are here for the fun and here for the lulz, and then as soon as the fun and the lulz are gone, they go off and they find the next batch of bread and circuses to invest in. So I think this was a good criticism, because it's something that I hear a lot, and I don't often hear a counter to it. So I like that you put this in there.
Well, yeah, and again, I'm sorry, man. I'll just real quick.
Oh, go
I
for it.
just want people. I want people to have thought about it a little bit. Anybody who sees these streams, sees any of these documents, whatever, and just I'm going to shove people down as soon as I hear it. Right? Instead of being the silent majority in this case, if I see some of this stuff, I'm going to answer it.
When it comes to this one, Will, I don't know if this is even a good criticism. I think it's a common criticism for sure. But theoretically, if you just use the SAC funds to buy up the token, then realistically, all you're doing is just providing exit liquidity for people to get out. Because at that point, it's just asking for money to go in, but it's asking them to not take the money out as well. It's pretty much just going for a direct exchange or direct transfer. When it comes to the value, it's just done via token effectively.
Mhm.
So the goal with the marketing, from what I understand here, is that it's looking for organic growth, which is that it's getting more people invested, more users, more activity. So it's actually getting people into something that they are potentially going to be using longer term, which is whether or not they hold it for the remainder of the cycle, do a hex stake for Quattro Cinco, whatever it may be. So just because there are SAC funds does not mean that the SAC funds need to be just shoved into the system just arbitrarily or even at strategic points, because again, you're just creating exit liquidity. So what the marketing is doing is it's not just rewarding the people already in the system, it's trying to get more people into the system, which is the whole idea. If we go back to the top, one of the things in the executive summary there is that this marketing strategy is explicitly not for people existing in the system. The goal is to get new people in it, get new market share, get new eyeballs, new branding, and larger marketing to the larger space.
Yeah.
So is marketing a bit of a gamble? Yes, everything inherently is effectively. Marketing is one of them, because you're investing money with a hope of attracting additional sources of income to come into whatever it is, be it a business or crypto token, your own YouTube page, whatever. That's the idea here, is that it's very easy to look at it and be like, why isn't the sacrifice buying up the token? It's like, well, because the sacrifice fund is not there for you. Sacrifice fund is there to attract new people into the system, to grow it organically instead of just create a payout.
I want to agree with you that it's not a good criticism in the quality, but I think that it is a common criticism in quantity. So
Agreed.
it's not like the type of thing that's like, I'm going to use this criticism to win the debate and get the stuff. This is a common response that you're going to have to deal with. Similar to in life, you're going to have to deal with rude people. So you have to come up with some ways to kind of field them and get them out of the way. Like you're going to meet angry drivers. You're going to have wait staff that are rude. You're going to have to deal with all sorts of problems that happen a lot in life. You're gonna find yourself late for work or stuck in traffic. And so it behooves people to be able to quickly dispense of, like you were saying, Zenith, quickly dispense of people who give out bad arguments. And like you were saying, Chrispy, earlier, you shut it down anytime that you see it. So it's good for people to think of this in just like it's the same way it's good for you to be able to throw a punch and to duck a punch. This is one of those things that it's good to practice. It's one of those things that's important to have in your back pocket. It's not gonna save your life. It's not the end all be all, and it's not even the biggest best problem solver. But I think it's going to be something that folks will deal with often. And when trying to get everyone on the same page, or trying to get everyone pushing the same sort of message, like the more that you can what's the word I want to use here? The more you can silence the apostates, or get rid of the excommunicado folks that are out there putting out bad ideas, then the better off and the more unity you're going to have within an ecosystem, within a community.
1 + 1 = 3, right?
Yeah, if you repeat it enough, people start believing, but you have to shut it down every time you hear it. Otherwise,
yeah. Well, here's the fact behind this, right? Like, I don't know all the details, but somebody is putting a lot of value, hundreds of $1,000s into this, right? In order to help make, I say pump the chain, but it sounds negative, but maybe to some people, but in order to promote the chain, right? The place that you can come, and live this DeFi life. And so why wouldn't we get behind that? And why wouldn't we shut down the stupidity? I mean, even
Yeah.
there going to be just people that troll, of course, but why not just get behind it and start and just know the facts about what's going on? This can do no harm, I think. I don't think there's any harm that can be done from this. This can only do good. So, let's all of us get behind it and just like keep pushing out of the park, because all of a sudden we're going to see people popping up going like, I got this crazy thing in the mail. What is this?
Be the force be the force that pushes the world in the direction you want it to go. Sort of thing. Like, get up off your ass and do something, kind of thing. I like it. I like it. I like it. We're going to go on into the next paragraph here. So section number 5, suggested content angle ideas. So some things for the folks to think about. Why Pulsechain marketing is different this time. We've got a lot of complaints, or there's a lot of thought process that has been had about like, what did Hex do well and what did Hex not do well. Not the token, but like the community and the getting the eyeballs and the things that happened. It's like, let's learn from the lessons of last time, and let's focus on brighter and more bountiful prospective futures. Also, inside the mystery mail, what like Pulsechain strategy, or inside the mystery mail, talking about the Pulsechain strategy, like what is it that we're going to be doing? What is your next step as an individual? What is these communities general like commanders intent, if you want to put a label to it, like where do we want the whole thing going, and what is our specific part to play as cogs in that machine? The next content angle would be why not all marketing is measured by hype. This is about creating something that sticks. This is about something that has longevity. It's great to feel excited, but feeling excitement isn't everything, because eventually the feelings fade, and then you're stuck with like, what are your habits? What are your decisions? What are the things that you do continuously? And then finally, crypto storytelling. It's invisible until it arrives. You've been doing quite a bit in the crypto storytelling. It seems like Zenith has something that he wants to say, but after that, Z, like Chrispyman's. Oh, I've seen you come off mute, so I presume that you had something from I've had.
Trying to help ensure that the audience is not hearing me just sip.
Excellent. Okay,
Fuck 'em.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, we'll go right into that. Yeah, make all the noises.
Sorry.
No, it's probably a good thing to be mindful of, like when we're attractive on stream and when we're not attractive. So that's good. I like it, Zenith. But Chrispy, I want to have you. I don't want to take the cat out of the bag, but I know that you've talked a little bit about storytelling in cryptocurrency. Um, do you want to speak more about that at all?
Oh yeah, we can get into them. We've probably
Okay.
after this, maybe we can wrap this thing up.
Okay.
and we
All
can
right. Sweet.
talk about
Well,
that. That's another fun thing that I think has some marketing merit on its own. But yeah,
I agree. I'm a very big fan of storytelling, and one of the things that I'm always talking about for the folks that constantly listen to the DGen Roundtable is they always hear me refer to everything as a campfire story. Everything that we do, everything that we hear, every bit of news, every bit of politics, every bit of like history, every bit of mathematics. It's all storytelling, and some of it's very real and you can measure it, and some of it's very real and you cannot measure it, and some of it's complete bullshit and you can neither measure nor not measure it. So it's like, it's important for people to be discerning, but like the information doesn't get inside your ears if it's not attached to a good story. It doesn't stick inside your head if it's not a good story. So I think that crypto storytelling is very important, and I do like what you're doing. I'll go ahead and read the final part.
We'll dig into that. I have some things to share with you on this when you're done. But yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, sweet. So we'll go ahead and move into section 6. So this is a call to action for key opinion leaders, and anybody could be a key opinion leader. You don't have to have a big audience like Chrispyman or RH Max or Tam Tam or RG3. You could have an audience of you. You could have an audience of your friends that you hang out with. You could have an audience of your coworkers. You could have an audience of the people in the cell next to you when you're in prison and you can't remember anything about the outside world other than
Could be somebody in the next stall.
Yeah, it could be somebody in the next stall as you're using the dunny over there in Australia. So like, there's a lot of fun things for the KOLs. But basically, the three things that Chrispy suggest that you think about is one, educating your audience on how this strategic market works, the strategic marketing for this Pulsechain mailing campaign works. It's like, look at what are the raw details, what's the raw information, what is like the core and the crux, and then two, teasing the mystery. You don't want to spoil it. You want to build the conversation. You don't just jump straight into the action and skip the foreplay. It's like, no, you got to build people up. You got to get people interested, and like that's a whole other skill set all in itself. And it will probably refer back to the storytelling for that one. And then the three is engaging the community, which is two-part. So it's like, you ask them questions. What do you think the mystery item is? Would you make this, or would this make you stop and take a second look? It's like you get them starting to think about how are they involved in this process, how are you as the audience going to do some interacting. Like I sure as hell hope that one of the DGen roundtable members gets one of these mailers in the mail. That way we can talk to them about it and be like, yo dude, what did this do? Like, that's freaking awesome, that's freaking sweet. I would love to see one of these mailer devices. I think that they're going to be I think they might have some pretty high bidding prices on eBay. And if they don't, then I'm going to buy them the fuck up, and we'll see how many I can collect up for myself. But like I think it's important to give people the sauce, to give them the information. One, it's important to tease the mystery, you get them excited, and then it's important to get them involved, to make them feel like they're a part of the process. So those three things are your guys' key, like your call to actions as deep as you consider yourself invested in this ecosystem. Whether it's simple as like, oh yeah, I invested in Hex and I got an X, Y, and Z percentage increase in my portfolio and I made a bunch of money and now I'm happy, and like, here's some other things that happened, blah da da. It doesn't matter to what level of engaged you are. If the ideas ever escape your mind and you find yourself talking about it, then congratulations, you're a key opinion leader. You're someone that has influence over other people. Whether you're effective or not depends on how good you are at telling the stories, how good you are at education, teasing the mystery, et cetera, et cetera. So that finishes up the sheet. Zenith, Chrispy, you guys got any thoughts before we move into the next topic?
Yeah, I got some super moon math for the moon math.
Ooh, let's hear it.
You just want to do that. I didn't send it to you, but can I share it on screen here?
Yes, feel free to share it. I will pull up the screen share here.
Now you guys can go. People can go look from what I have on. I actually did one of these AI streams yesterday.
Okay.
Got the thing all loaded up and narrated out there, and so these are some images from that. But just to kind of like get people enthused, like why do I think this, right? So we already were looking at all these numbers and whatnot, and just talking about how deep this could actually go for people. As far as how we can get people interested and what the response rate will be, right? So this is where this starts getting really crazy and huge, right? So I don't know if we're going to do 10. I don't know if we're going to do one container or whatever, but what I do know is one container holds about 200,000 of these things, right? We know the response rate is between 2 and 7%. Retention, we're just assuming 80%. And then we're saying, hey, you know what? Of that 2 and 7% response, the average person is going to put $500 into crypto, right? So that's the baseline kind of number here. Now here's the moon math. One container impact, initial impact from this, right? As people see this, as they have this device and they see it day over day. At 2%, it's 4,000 users, $2 million comes on the chain. Right? At 4.5%, 9,000 users, 4.5 million comes to the chain. At 7%, 14,000 users, $7 million, right? So this is the potential just from the first initial wave of the first container. Now these are made up numbers, right? I mean, we're kind of guessing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I was going to go into crypto, would it be 500? Would it be 1,000? Some people use higher numbers. Some people think it would be higher response. I don't know what the numbers would be, but this seems kind of like middle of the road, super conservative-ish. It's not crazy like everybody's going to come in with their life savings or whatnot. But that's wave one. Wave two on the same container is you might get another additional 4,800 users at the high end, right? Just because of the repetitiveness of seeing it, right? And then just seeing how much money might come in. You know, and that would be people wanting to bridge, trying to figure out how to get into Pulsechain or whatever else, right? So I did that with the single container, and then went to and this is the combined. These are the combined numbers. So low end 2.4 million, high end 9.4 million for one container.
That's some good fucking numbers.
Yeah, I mean, if this comes true, this would be really goddamn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Frank's saying, it probably could be higher numbers, but let's see what happens, right? I mean, but this gets people thinking. Maybe you know, you guys with your moon math out there, let's go a little bit further with it, right? Well, what if it's, you know, what if it ends up being 12 months of this, right? This whole thing's been set up to be scalable. Right.
Yeah.
And it may not even be the same item, it might be a different item. The item doesn't matter. What matters is that people see something and they keep something and they treat it this way, and the numbers are there. So you're talking about over 12 months, 2.4 million devices. And now we're talking about before second wave effects, you know, on the low end, $24 million coming to the chain. Right. And on the high end, $84 million. I mean, insert your own numbers here, right? And all of a sudden you can see these could be a lot bigger, right? And then we'll go one step further and just look at what the combined second wave would be, and just skip over those other ones. But so on the low end for like a whole year effort, and I don't know that, I haven't heard anybody commit they're going to do this, but remember, we're talking about these containers going all over the world. People are working actively right now in multiple countries to make this happen, right? So there are people putting the work in. And so on the low end, we're saying 57,600 users for 28.8 million. And on the high end, 225,600 users for $112.8 million of TVL. Right. And so, yeah, this to me, this feels like a really, really big deal.
I like these numbers. And I don't like to do moon math, but I am a sucker for some people that do the moon math and then explain it to me, and it's like, oh man.
Yeah. Well, I said moon math because that attracts people that are here in crypto, and they like understand what that means. But if I was at work and we were talking about marketing, this is what we would be doing.
Yeah.
Do exactly the same thing. In corporate America, I'd be sitting there going, well, this is what the return rates are, and this is what we would expect. And what we've seen, you know, in the past 3 events has been blah, 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 blah. And then that's how you decide you're going to go ahead and budget the X, you know, million of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars to do it, because marketing is kind of like a stab in the dark. You're putting it out there for people and you're seeing what catches fire.
It's they call it what, projections? It's projections instead of moon math. Yeah, it's like we could just start calling it projections instead of moon math. You know, what are the
well, the reason I differentiate, because this isn't really all that crazy. These are like real numbers, man. These are, I mean, other than, you know what the return rates are, what the response rates are, and we have all this documentation that has nothing to do with crypto, right? We have all this documentation about what happens. We have case studies that are out there, you know, like what was it? What was the file share one that I had brought up? But there was a Dropbox, right? So Dropbox did something similar, and they 40x their base. You know,
it's not nothing.
And
just from like electronic gift device things.
Well, they did a very specific gift giveaway and you know, and converted. Now that's ancient news now, because nobody really cares about Dropbox probably a whole lot, but I mean at the time it was pretty novel. But then you have other companies where, like Crypto.com paid $700 million. Would they get a stadium? Right. I mean, and it was very low impact. Right. So anyways, coming back to what this is, it can be really huge. So I think these are like realistic numbers.
I would agree. I do think they're realistic, especially, you know, like, $500. Sure, I'll fucking toss that away. I'm in a wealthy neighborhood. That's like a fraction of a paycheck. So it'd be, you know, what'd you call it? Money, like pocket money or something like that. Presuming that these do go to, it must be nice, right?
Here's my rep money. So,
There goes all the beer money.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, why not start looking into it? You do your own research, talk to the AI, go look up some of these websites, go see what they say. You're going to find very similar stuff. It's not about the exact numbers. It's just about the idea that this is probably Richard probably did it again and picked one of the best ways of ever getting in front of people.
I will say I am looking forward to being surprised at what the fallout of this excuse me. Oh goodness, at the fallout of this decision is, and I'm always happy to be pleasantly surprised. So
yeah, dude.
We'll see.
Well, hey, listen, if it adds $1 million, get behind it. So there's like no downside to this at all. There's like no.
It's not like it's taking money away.
Us, the community and the users, why wouldn't we get behind this?
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if you wear the pump tires hat. It doesn't matter if you're a pump and dumper. It doesn't matter if you're a hex. It's for everybody. It's for everybody.
Yeah, if you're already in, then you might as well get behind the gravy train that's moving forwards and doing things.
Yeah, yeah. And so when the people are coming, let's be ready for them, right? And support them.
I like it, gentlemen. I think we're gonna do a quick little break from the main topic of conversation. We're gonna do some chat motherfucking shout outs here for a second, and then when we come back, let's talk about some. I think I want to talk about stories. You want to talk about stories here?
We'll
come back
we'll tell some stories. Yeah.
All right, sweet. We love storytelling. It's campfire stories, ladies and germs. So we're gonna do chat shout outs from the top to the bottom. So let's go, man. Ever since about 20 minutes after the show, I've started up 23 chats. So we've got quite a few people who have joined us. We got Mr. Ramlos saying we are here for Tam Tam. That seems to be a theme here over wherever Tam hops in the comments. We've got Ramlos. We've got Successful Struggle. Also, we love Tam 5 a.m. There you go. We've got there's quite a few people that are showing Tam some love. So thank you, Tam, for bringing all these people over to the stream. We appreciate it very much, and we're glad that they're here for you, and they happen to be listening to us for just a short period of time. So good to see you, broskies. We've also got Mr. Shellfox, who is happy and excited. Glad that we could have you with us today, Mr. Shellfox. Mr. Far Out Aliens or Aliens says, "Get that Jimmy Deere lawn tractor, LMAO." Yes, I was trying to talk him into getting a tractor when we were at the lawnmower store earlier today to replace the old girl that got a little bit roasty toasted on us. But we're gonna go with the zero turn again. We're just gonna get a bigger deck, and we're gonna do better preventative maintenance on it and make sure that we are more paying attention and have a fire extinguisher on the lawnmower whilst riding around. That's you can't ever go wrong with that. So there you guys go. But it's good to see you. Mr. K Hudson says, "Are we in the bull?" I believe. Are we in bull? I think we're in some version of a bull market. Depending on what your bags are. For my bags, we're not in the same bull market as other people's bags, but that's okay. The longer your bags stay down, the more that you can buy them if you really want them. And look at XRP Army. They waited 8 years and they got vindicated.
For a short period Shout out to them.
Yeah, that's one of the stories that I can never skip over. It's like, oh, we thought it was dead and over for XRP. They got nothing in the last bull market, and then just bam, fucking 5x, 6x last November, and it's just like craziness. So are we in the bull market? It depends on what you're thinking, Mr. K Hudson. Depends on what your bags are. So I would say we're always in the bull market of friendship and kindness and community and awesomeness. So if you stick around and you hang out, you're going to be in a bull market of friendship, and I love it. We've got Miss Lunacy Point joining us as well, saying, "Hey, gang, with the heart. Hey to you too, Miss Lunacy Point. Glad to see your bright and beautiful face out with us today." We've also got Mr. Hex Glenn, who says, "Hey, guys. Hey to you too, Mr. Hex Glenn. One of the winners of the DGen Roundtable sticker giveaway. By the way, guys, for those of you guys who have joined since I last talked about it, we've got some stickers that we're giving away here on the DGen Roundtable. If you want free stickers, then just type in #ShrimpTech in the comments, whether you're on Twitter or on YouTube. If you type in the word hashtag and shrimp tech, all one word, like it has on the little scrolling chyron down there at the bottom of the thing. There it goes. It says it right now underneath Zenith. Type in hashtag shrimp tech for the chance to win free stickers. If you just type it in, I will send you a free DGen Roundtable sticker. I will put it in one of these envelopes, and all you have to do is DM me on Telegram. It says right down there, t.me /@ /Will Stevenson. If you DM me on Telegram any address and you have typed in hashtag shrimp tech, then I will send you a DGen Roundtable sticker. But for like, that's just the guaranteed sticker. If you play the game with us, if you type in hashtag shrimp tech, you also are in the running to get extra stickers, these super secret stickers that I definitely can't show you, but somebody probably has. And then also these chat shout out stickers. So I'll send you guys 2 of each of these stickers in the mail if you win the sticker giveaway, which I will do right after the chat shout outs and before we launch into the stories. But there you go. So good to see you, Mr. Hexglen. He has won some stickers before, and it's freaking awesome. I love sending them out to people. We got Mr. Just Live in here reminding us that it was the Krishna folks that were giving out the roses in the airports, I believe is what he was talking about here. Good to see you, Mr. Just Live. Welcome. We've also got Mr. Paul Sachs who says, "Hola, amigos. Aloha to you too." Mr. Paul Sachs, welcome. Another good
man.
real life friend of mine. Yes, Paul Sachs, Pulsechain. You guys could put it all together. There you go. It's glad to have you with us, broski. I can't wait to see you again. When next I roll through your place, I will swing by. We've also got Mr. Frank White, who is double tapping it. He's over on Mr. Chrispyman's stream saying bang bang hex gang, as well as the DGen roundtable saying bang bang DGen gang. Good to see you, Mr. Frank White. Thanks for swinging by, broski. Shout out to Frank White. He's the guy who made plstart.me, which is a great tool for giving onboards a ton of options as to what are all the things that you want to click into. If you want to give them just like one little, put your blinders on and focus on one thing, then you guys could do that. But if you want to give them the whole pie and the whole smorgasbord of everything that Pulsechain has to offer, then Frank White has made one of the best website amalgamators. Also, RH Max, he's made one too, but I definitely like the one that Frank White has. I visit it often. We've also got believe in yourself. The general rule is 8 touches are needed for something to have staying power. Yes, indeed, you are right, sir. We covered that earlier. You need to see something 8 or so times before you take action on it. We got Mr. Tom Rudders also saying, "What's going on, my legends?" Broski, we are having a fantastic Whiskey Wednesday over here. I'm drinking a German beer. Mr. Chrispyman's got a beautiful cigar. Zenith has a bottle of whiskey, and we are just hanging out, having fun. Good to see you, Tom. Yeah. Next up, we got Crypto Dave. Shout out to Crypto Dave. I'm not quite sure if this is Flat Earth Dave or if this is a different Crypto Dave, but I'm glad that you have reposted the stream, broski. Thank you so much, Crypto Dave. Good to see you, man. I don't think I've seen you in the chats and comments before. I believe that he's coming in from Chrispyman's side of the stream. So welcome, Crypto Dave. Glad to have you in the house with us tonight. We've also got Mr. Hex Wizard 369 showing up with the trophies. We are all winners over here. And speaking of things that we all are, Mr. RH Max has shown up. Shout out to RH Max, who has the website Look Into RH, and that's a lot of the other cool things you can find. But he says that
that's one of the sites Tamtam's getting to people too, to make sure they have access to data and and resources.
That is a good one. So shout out to Tam, shout out to RH Max. But RH Max says that Will, Zenith, and Chrispy are fire. He's also got a message straight to you. Straight to you.
Yeah, I answered him. You don't need to put that up.
Yeah, it's super funny. One of the things I love about like we see oftentimes is like, oh shit, I gotta pop on his stream to make sure that I can get a message to somebody and be like da 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 da. So it's like it's one of those things that we see all the time.
Crypto.
Yep. We love it. Mr. Just Live comes back in saying, when people get these things, are all of you guys prepared to help with the influx of onboarding? Should prepare lists of videos that are already made. Coffee has lots. Yes, absolutely. Crypto Coffee has a ton. If you guys want to if one of the things you can do, you just collect links and you create a link playlist and you put it in like an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Sheets thing and you just save the link for that. You take it over to a Bitly website and you create yourself a Bitly that takes people to this Excel sheet that just has a list of links that just says, hey, watch these things in this order or something along those lines. It's a super simple tool that anybody can do. You can make a Google Sheets thing for free. You can go onto YouTube and watch videos for free. And you can go to bit.ly. Like you can go to the Bitly website, sign up for an account, and you can create like 5 or 6 Bitly links a month. And I think you can even maybe do a QR code or two if you want to generate your own QR codes. But this is something that you can do. If you just swing over to Coffee's channel, shout out to Crypto Coffee, and you just find all of the super simple videos he makes of how to onboard people, then you too can help with the influx, and you too can help field the mess that we're all probably going to be experiencing. So good to see you, Mr. Just Live. Thank you for those thoughts. We also got Mr. Frank White talking about Pull Start. It's as ready as it can be for new users. We love to see it. Mr. Shell Fox says that Chrispy is cooking. Absolutely. He is the crispy man, so it makes sense that he would be cooking. Love to see it. We also got Crypto Tiger saying these projections are very conservative. People should be excited. Thank you for sharing this, Chrispy. So that
You
is
got it.
fantastic. And then the final chat shout out that we've got is number 419 Chrispyman rules. So absolutely right. Oh, I lied, guys. There's more chat shout outs. Those are only the ones that I started. We've been joined by Moondog, everyone's favorite. Love and light to you too, Mr. Moondog. Glad to have you with us today. We've got Ian J. Dub coming in saying the price finally goes up for some magical region. RH Tweet says, well, looks like that marketing idea was a decent idea. Cool with me though, I guess. So yeah, that's always fun to see. Yes, it's why waste an opportunity? Let it ride and tell people about it. So there you go. We got Mr. Emrod Jockey coming in. I believe that is an emoji. It shows up as StreamYard as Red Rocket Countdown Liftoff. So I believe that those are emojis that that is describing to me. I'm sure that you guys on YouTube can see it for what it actually is, but I love it. And then Tam talking about she feels so much love today and thanks us. Absolutely, Tam. No fucking problem. We love you too, and we're happy to do our part and make this machine move forward. And speaking of doing our part and making the machine move forward, gentlemen, I have a fantastical screen share for you guys. So check this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the giveaway tool. For those of you guys that have never played the DGen Roundtable giveaway gang, all you got to do is type in hashtag ShrimpTech. I'm going to click on this magical little button down here, and it's going to go through a little spinning random number generator giveaway. So if you guys want some free stickers, now is your last chance to type in hashtag ShrimpTech, and then you too can get some free DGen Roundtable stickers. The winner gets multiple free ones, and all of the players get some free stickers anyways if you just send me an address. So there you guys go. Type in hashtag ShrimpTech. I'm going to go ahead and count down from 10 into 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to draw it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I have to click some sound effects. FBI, open up! And there we go. Oh! Mr. Hexsword himself is the winner. Congratulations, Hexsword. We got fucking swords all day, every day. We're coming at you, Mr. Hexsword. I just realized that this Zweihander has a hexagon on the bottom. So that's freaking cool. This is not the one that he made me, but it is the one that I have with me right now. So shout out to Mr. Hexsword. Good to see you, broski. You are the winner chicken dinner. So what I'm going to do is I've already got your mailing address, sir, because you sent me a sword. So I'm just going to write Hex Sword, bam, on the front of this envelope right here for everyone to see. And I'm going to take some of these DGen Roundtable stickers, because this is how it works, guys. I'm going to take these DGen Roundtable stickers, and live for you guys to see, I'm going to place them inside the envelope so you know that I am a man of my word. Not that I need to prove myself to you, but I just enjoy doing it. So that way everyone else can get the FOMO of knowing that they missed out on some excellent and awesome stickers. And Mr. Hexsword is the winner today. So thank you for playing, everybody. This has been a fantastic sticker giveaway. And now we're going to go ahead and move on into the next part of the show, which is talking about stories. So, Chrispy, you've been telling stories, and you've been looking for more stories lately. Can you explain to the folks at home what all this storytelling is all about?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's good connection here with this. What's the best way to do it? All right. So here's the thing: is we're all people. I think we're all people. Yeah. And there might be a couple lizards out there, and if that's okay, if you are, that's all right. Because I need your stories too. So I like storytelling, right? I like writing stories, and I've done that for years, right? And even to the point of publishing and stuff, right? So I've done some of that on the side. Anyways, in my travels here with crypto, right? I use YouTube quite a bit, and I came across a community out there that focused on sci-fi mostly. Anyways, this phenomena of people creating these very short, usually half an hour to an hour audiobooks, and getting up there, getting them out onto YouTube repetitively. And I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And like a lot of things, I'm like, after a few weeks and probably many hours, too many hours of listening to these homegrown stories, it just popped in my mind. There's something special here, right? And there's a connection that we can make. Now, I don't know if this will be a good experiment or not, whether how well it'll work, but I think it'll work okay. And so what's the connection that I'm talking about? Well, I have long said that I believe one of the things that brings value to crypto is community, right? The idea that we have community, right? Because right now we haven't quite gotten to like this self-actualization of crypto. There is buy crypto, price goes up, sell crypto, price goes down. Try to get in and out in an order where you make money, or have really long time horizons so that you got crypto really early. And so other people came in really late and the price was higher. And so then perhaps you could tell yourself you sold crypto without selling on somebody's head, right? And so we just have this big circular investment. And then of course, if everything goes the way we want it to go, it'll keep going and going up and up and up. And then, then you're in the $1.2 billion, for two pizza realm, right? But we haven't quite gotten crossover to IRL, right? To real life. But you can see where people have built things that bring more utility. Storytelling with anti-gravity project with Max, right? I mean, it's enjoyable. It's fun. Just some of the communities, your community, right? The idea that you have somewhere to go and to talk to people. A lot of people won't say it out loud, but so many people are lonely. They don't have any, in real life. It's not everybody, but a lot of people precluded from even talking to people. I mean, when was the last time you went to the gym and actually talked to somebody, right? You got to be careful about everything you do. I mean, it's just all this weird stuff in the world that we live in, right? And so there's value in community. And another project that I like that's out there is this 404 Monsters project. It's a NFT project where I met the guys and we've worked together for a couple of years, and it's all about storytelling, right? And whether I think NFTs are a good idea or not, it makes no difference. There's other people that like to collect them and like to collect theirs, and they have a whole storyline behind it, right? And so I guess what I'm getting at is one of the ways we enhance ourselves and our community is with this kind of storytelling and talking back and forth, etc. And so I kicked off this effort called CFY. Definitely stealing a page right out of the sci-fi guy stuff, but basically crypto F yeah, right? Like yeah, there's like this and I don't know what it looks like in the end, but right now it's like this grouping of, hey, what do we believe in crypto? We believe in getting away from the man, being able to have our own financial independence, being able to be DeFi, be decentralized, be debanked, without having to go through banks, et cetera, et cetera. And just the idea that there's a lot of stories that can go on around that. And so I kicked off a little effort, set up a little bit of a Telegram, recruited some people to start giving me some ideas and some stories. And I think you can pull up the website if you or the YouTube at some point, but we got a dozen or so fledgling stories that are out there. Small group of people have tuned in, but the basic idea is to start kind of like discovering what stories can we tell about crypto. And I use the word story loosely because it can be anything from factual to, to sci-fi ish. What stories could we tell that might be entertaining to people? And within that, also pump our own bags, right? Because you know what? Pulsechain will be represented too, and already is. A number of the stories that have already been written. I've had people submit things about Hex. The Helgo guys were fun. I mean, those who know about the Helgo. So we have the Helgo lore story that's up, and these are narrated stories that are up on YouTube. I did a couple that were fun ones for me because I'm kind of on that in that numbers area. I did one on the $1.2 billion pizzas, right? So just going over Laszlo, I think his name was, right? Where just chronicling, hey, maybe some people don't know the story. There's other videos out there about it, but maybe some people don't know that a guy said one day to his buddy, and the equivalent of Telegram, hey, will somebody send me some pizza and I'll send you some Bitcoin. So he spent 10,000 Bitcoin. And at the time that I did this little story, that was worth $1.2 billion, right? And then maybe some people don't know about Ethereum. So there's a history of Ethereum stream. So anyways, we have this channel called CFY, and people can go subscribe and try to enjoy it. Or if you'd like to submit stories, submit them. Of course, we always have to be careful about things like slander and libel and things of that nature, right? Whatever the right terminology is. So we're not talking about untrue things about people, but so not for attacks and whatnot, and not for shilling. But yeah, why not tell the story about your token, fictional or otherwise, right? Let's bring some excitement to it. So yeah, it's been kind of fun so far. Just getting that up and going.
I'm trying to find. I have the Telegram room saved for the.
Oh, you want me to give
there
you?
it is. I'm pulling up the Telegram on my computer right now, and I'm trying to find the YouTube page because I know it's in here. It's in here.
Yeah, I can send it to you too. But
okay, yeah. If you could send me the link, I'd love to pull up the YouTube for the folks at home to go. Oh, here it is. I've got it. Crypto. Fuck yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is a difficult spelling. So if you guys are like going up in your URLs and looking for it, it's youtube.com/@ CFY crypto. Yeah. So that is the link for it. So I'll go ahead and pull it up.
Let's see if it works.
Yeah. Oh, page isn't available. Sorry about that. Try searching for something else. Let me throw
it to you. I think I was in the middle of changing it, so I'll probably have to change the.
Okay. Oh, I am looking. I'm looking up at the top of the website. Okay. Yeah, I found it. All right, I've got it. Because you have some videos, crypto stories. That's what it is. CFY crypto stories. That's the name.
Yeah, I cleaned it up a little bit so we could get there. So it's kind of evolution of getting a new channel spun up and trying to moderate all that and produce it. So yeah, this is the collection so far.
Yep, this is it, and then you guys can go and check these stories out. Wallet 0x Dread, Fired on a Friday, Rich in Heart. Oh, this is cool. Bought Hex with his last dollar. Staked mocked vindicated. The 10,000x story. Ooh, this is neat. I like this, bro. This is pretty cool.
It's kind of fun, right? I mean, the Helgorian myth one's
the Helgorian myth.
I got a kick out of that because Helgo, if nobody knows this, right? The myth of Helgo is a goat farmer from Eastern Europe who got into Hex, right?
Okay.
And was very, very active in the Telegram chats in the beginning. Very active, and there's the whole coin and the whole farming and all that is all set up in support of him, right? It's pretty funny, because you can go to their chat and actually get quotes. But on that, so I'm looking for more content here. It turned out to be a lot of work to do this stuff.
Yeah. And usually all the cool things do take a lot of work. So I like it, man.
Yeah, and I've gotten some pretty good things. I can work with people on it as far as like storylines and stuff, but it's not as hard as you might think. And some of these are just like 2 or 3 minute things. And these days with the kind of AI that we have available to us, and this is what I've seen in these other things. I'm not a purist in this way, although I could be. I mean, yeah, if you want to tell a story, you need AI to help you to tell a story. Have the AI build you a script and guide it. Why not? That's what we're doing these days, right? Get your message out, whatever that message is. Help entertain some people. The CFY is the crypto F, kind of like symbolism. If you go on to you onto YouTube, you can look for HFY, which is human FY. And then those are all science fiction stories. It's like 40 different channels, 50 channels, pumping out content like every day.
Humans
And
are
so
deemed the weakest race until the war.
yeah, they're all like they're trope, I think, right?
Yeah.
Is that the right word? It's trope, and there's like all these different types of things that you could be doing. But my intent isn't to go become sci-fi, right? My intent, though it could be related to that, but like I have a couple ideas about pumper dumpers. Maybe I'll make a Jeep story. The saga of Jeeps, because and some of the stuff can be educational as it goes along too. Like you describe your experiences with some of these things, like sad that it took me so long to understand a lot of stuff, maybe now, but DeFi has been moving, to be fair to me, right? I mean, it's like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, DeFi wasn't even really a thing, right? There was Bitcoin and Ethereum on central exchanges, and I found BitShares, which was like the first thing that like showed up before Uniswap did, and then boom, Uniswap's there, and we had a DeFi summer, and then all of a sudden, all these other things. There could be more products coming too. But anyways, relating it all the way back to the storytelling, I think this is an opportunity to build content, share stories. Has nothing to do with dollars in terms of like, my crypto went up or down. And then, like I would envision being able to have all the bigger storylines covered in our community. Day in the life of the DGen producer.
Day in the life of a retired Hexagon.
Yeah, that too. Whatever floats the boat for people. And so I don't know if there'll be a lot of interest in it. I got some hits on it. People being interested in seeing it. There is a Reddit set up for storyline submissions that people can go to. That type of thing, and just kind of participate. Oh yeah, I see Moondog out there. Yeah, Moondog. It's big, man. I mean, stories are big. People like to hear stuff. And I know we all get kind of our own heads, like, Chrispy, what are you talking about with this crypto stuff? I mean, how can that be a story? Hey, how about a crypto billionaire story? You like telling stories? Tell a story about a crypto billionaire and give me a series. You want to talk about 14 pulses? Do a 14 pulses erotica. But we'll probably have to be careful about what we put in. I mean, well, that's the basis of 14 pulse, right? So, I mean, there's something to all that. The legend, the legend of Pulse. There was a man.
Right? Where are we going?
Who mastered it? Well, you guys must have come too late to not see that stream, right? So, but whatever, right? I mean, there's just like so many things that could be done. And it have around that. And then it doesn't have to be on my channel, be on your own channel. But I mean, the idea of sharing stories, like Moondog saying, there's millions of subscribers out there, right? So why wouldn't I want to try to get some of them interested in crypto? Maybe some of them haven't seen, anything about Bitcoin. They don't really understand,
True.
How people have done it. So what do you guys think? I mean, I know I did a terrible job of pitching, but
that was a good pitch. I don't think people realize how much just like people watch just random storytelling, especially on like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, or whatever. There's tons of just AI generated stories about some guy who had a text from his girlfriend that she's cheating on him and he got revenge, and they make it 4 or 5 parts to farm views and stuff. Like, are we in the space where we talk nerdy? Yeah, we talk nerdy over here. We cover the charts, we do the moon math, we go into the fundamentals. Some weird people watch the Federal Reserve meetings and take detailed notes and then present it to an audience. Whoever does that must be a weirdo. But the average folk, honestly, if you're just scrolling, yeah, they're looking for this kind of stuff. The creepypasta has been a very famous subreddit for a long time. A lot of that stuff just keeps getting shared and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, shoot, we've been telling stories for millennia at this point. Like ever since there was the second or third person that they could try to impress with a story they were telling them.
I bet you there could be a pretty funny lawnmower story.
Oh, I bet you there could be a good lawnmower story.
Three minutes, right? You
Yeah.
know, where maybe some character by the name of Will tells us all about it, right? And it, that course that's not crypto related, but you can make it crypto related. I just put down, I I was driving the tractor while reviewing the charts.
Oh my God,
crypto
dude.
chart.
I just had a crazy idea, man. So like when I normally do campfire stories sessions here on the DGen Roundtable, one, it's because I'm lazy and I don't want to go out and find like a whole bunch of important news. I don't want to find like 2 or 3 key like news articles. And two, I know that there's a readily accessible cryptocurrency like news amalgamator on Telegram, and I just read through all the headlines because the headline's the best part, let's be honest. And I just had a thought that like, man, I could spit this shit into AI and just be like, yo, tell me a story about this news headline thing that's happening right now. It's all like you start off the segment, you start off the show telling people a story about some fucking cool shit. And then it's like, oh, and this is a thing that's happening in crypto right now. So it's like, there you
Right.
go. It's like you get your entertaining sauce, you get your interaction, you get your dopamine hits, and then you put it into stuff. Yeah. So Moondog, trading campfire stories in the attention economy around our little blue screens. Take it away, Will. Yeah,
There you
absolutely.
go.
Well, yeah, like how MVS was on the chat here earlier and how he's
Yep.
doing the weekly and stuff. I made that suggestion to him too, right? I mean, it's hard with links and stuff, but there you could just take that whole newsletter and make it into an audio, and you could accompany it with video if you want. I mean, I've done some of the synchronization that way, but I mean, I would be listening to it because I'm walking around the house doing chores or whatever. I'm outside cutting the lawn. I'm listening to this stuff. I'd listen to content that I'm interested in,
There
and
you
be
go.
able to just sit there and do it. So really, yeah, we could take it anywhere we want to go.
I've got I've got a thing here for you guys, and this is something that I thought about long ago, and I turned it into a little rhyme. And well, I didn't turn it in. AI turned it into a rhyme. But it's like I shared facts with a crowd. It faded fast without a trace. And then I spun a tale so proud of a lost traveler's grace. Years on, the facts were gone erased, but that story held its place. That was a terrible rhyme. Wow. Thank you, Chat GPT, for fucking that one up. I had it way better a long time ago, but basically it's like if you can, people will forget facts, but they remember stories. If you can make them feel a certain type of way, and I like to make it rhyme because anything that rhymes is like, 2 times stickier. That was a terrible example that I just read off there. I'm trying to find my original, but it's like if you tell people a story, they're going to remember the story because they can put themselves into the position of whoever the story is being told about. It's like imagine yourself as this guy that's like standing up in front of a crowd full of people and you're talking to them, but you're just giving them facts and they're just like sitting there and all these facts are falling on deaf ears, right? But then you tell them a story about how somebody went out and they got lost and they shivered in the woods and they starved for a little bit and they got attacked by a flaming lawnmower as it drove by, and then they all ended up safe and home at the end of the day, and everyone lived happily ever after. People are going to remember that second part way more than the first part because like they associate themselves with the thing that's going on in the story and it ties the emotion into it. And so the more that you can tie emotion and storytelling and imagination into something, the more that people will imagine it's themselves living the story, and then the more likely they're going to take the moral of the story home with them, like the Bible does it. Oral traditions and histories do it. Mother Goose Grimm does it. Like think of all the cartoons you watch as a kid. All of these things, they're all examples of storytelling, and those lessons stick with you. And if you can make it rhyme, it's even better. If you can make a little nursery rhyme about a ring around the posy or a ring around the rosy, and it's like describing bubonic plague, and it's like, oh snap, this thing has lasted through centuries. So if you can make something sticky enough and enough people latch onto it and it turns into a mimetic, into a little mind virus and just infects everybody, then it exists for centuries. Now the issue that we run into with today's day and age of technology and high speed communication is that you're going to run into a lot more competition. You're going to run into a lot more like high value signals. So your stuff has to be like tight and on point. For the ring around the rosy thing, it's like probably not a whole lot of people were coming up with ideas that then got publicized, and whichever thing did get publicized was the one thing, and so everybody latched onto it, you know. But in today, like anybody can be a storyteller. All you have to do is put in the work. All you have to do is do a little bit of marketing and have like a good idea that sticks. And then you can just be the next thing. So like it goes places. And I do think, Crispy, to tie it all together, that you're chasing of getting people to tell stories and trying to tell more stories yourself. I think that that'll be super duper effective for the longevity of the space and for just like getting more people educated and more interested in the education. So that's my 2 cents. Z, you got anything? Crispy, you got anything?
That's about it, boss. Stories are
Yeah.
powerful. Still tell them. I mean, shoot, some of the oldest writings in history are Aesop's fables. Just these little like 1 or 2 paragraph stories about things, like the fox who says he wants the grapes, but he just can't reach them. So he says, "You know what? Those grapes are sour anyways. I didn't even want them." That kind of stuff. Yeah, it's powerful, man.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just in my little thinking tank, I came up with the idea of really taking proverbs that really are like really from the beginnings of Hex and how we had started out, and that's just things like if you're against crypto, you're against humanity, right? Crypto's the pin, the legacy system is the bubble. You don't send coins, you update the record. These are like quotes from Richard, like things that he'd said over time. The point of crypto is to remove counterparty risk. If you don't own the keys, you don't own the coins. And just like kind of building around that smart narrative about education as well. Like I said, there can be lots of different ways. It's hard. A lot of people aren't flexible mentally, right? To really be able to go, what are you talking about? I mean, you talk about all these different things at one time. Yes, there's a lot of different things, but the basic concept is there's lots of different kinds of stories. I think there's room for crypto stories, and I think those crypto stories can live in a way that supports all the crypto and adoption of Pulsechain. And hell, if you really wanted to do it, I've published documents on the chain. Go publish them on Pulsechain. Right? It's not very expensive. It's like, I don't know, it cost me 20,000 pulse, right? You can put it right in there. And now you can have something right on Pulsechain if you want it, but there's just so many angles to really draw attention to what we're doing. And, just all the tools that we have available on Pulsechain and just, how, anyways, there's lots of things, that's kind of where I'm at.
I like it. Gentlemen, I think that's a good note to end the show on. We're coming up on our 2-hour mark here. Final thoughts before we head on out of here. My final thoughts are, I like storytelling. I think the more storytelling there is, the better we're all going to be. And I also like this document you put together, Crispy. So thank you, sir, and thank you for joining us tonight. It's been fantastic.
Fun. It's good. I like being able to talk to people because I sit in my basement of my mother's house and I'm all by myself. But no, but it's good because I get way too technical. Like I couldn't even stream last night very well without Fast Abdul, because it's better to bounce things off. If I go technical, I can do technical, no problem. But just having like conversational stuff, it's good to have other people talk to.
I feel you, man. Or right there with you. There was a time here on the DGen Roundtable where it was like where it was just me or just Zenith or just Brendan, like all holding the show up all by ourselves because everyone on the team was busy. And it's just like, golly, what do I talk about for frickin' 30 minutes to an hour, whatever the hell. So we're right there with you, broski. We're happy to have you on and happy to share these ideas and broadcast the cool things that you're doing and the cool things that are yet to come on Pulsechain. So thank you, broski, for coming on over here. Before we go, where can the folks find you if they want to get more of you, Mr. Chrispyman, and see more of the stuff that you're working on and keep in touch?
YouTube at Hexfire.io. And then the last thing I'd say to everybody, don't fade this marketing, man. It's going to be big. It's really going to be a big thing, I think. Don't fade it.
Excellent. So you guys can catch him at hexfire.io. Check out Chrispyman over there. And cool things in the future yet to come. Mr. Zenith, where can the folks find you and what have you got going on in the near future?
Folks, you can find me on X and Instagram at ZenithDI, or you can find me and Will, and I'm pretty sure Chrispyman is in there as well, by joining the DGen Roundtable Telegram. Just scan the QR code right there. As you get in there, you can ask us any questions you want, send us some spicy memes, and we're here for all of it. But yeah, outside of that, Will and I are going to be back on Friday for book club, talking about Alpha God. It is a book that breaks down the psychology of religious figures throughout history and how humans interact with them. And we may be doing an analysis of certain people in the tech space or even the crypto space and see if they're trying to portray themselves as these potential religious figures. But outside of that, we're also going to be back on Sunday for the flagship news show. We're going to be covering everything that's going on, including there's one token right now that's actually ripping pretty dang hard, and that is the Crypto.com token. There may or may not be some news about a deal they just signed with some big players as well. That may be the cause of it. But outside of that, yep, we're going to be back next Wednesday for another Whiskey Wednesday. So I'll kill this glass this time, and we'll fill it up next time. But outside of that, that's what I got. Mr. Will, take us out, please.
I like it. Excellent. For the folks at home, if you guys want to find anything that I'm doing or any of my socials, you can find everything over at will.pls.fyi. That is my Pulse domain, socials, link tree, whatever you want to call it. Everything can be found leeching off of that little website or that little domain name right there. As far as just to double tap what Zenith was talking about, one of the interesting things that I've found out while reading Alpha God, and I actually had a really good conversation with ChatGPT-5 about this. It was really spooky and cool. But like, not everybody wants to portray themselves as gods, but they get treated as gods. And so there's some really cool examples of some people in the cryptocurrency who have both taken the figure of one, the dominant male archetypical god, and then also the more prestigious alpha type god. You know, like you have the god of the Old Testament, which is like the dominant, like I'll split your city asunder and set everyone on fire. And then like the God of the New Testament, where it's like, no, I'm more prestigious. It's like, here, have my son. Like, these are the rules, these are the laws. Do the things that you want. You've been given the gift of free will. You know, hominis dominus. Let it be known. But like, it's more like respect than dominant hierarchy. But anyways, the book goes through all the evolutionary psychology stuff on how human beings create religions, whether it's like Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity, Taoism, all these things. They generally have a very similar set, and you can take those same principles and you can apply them to cryptocurrency, and that's something that I found absolutely fascinating. I want to shout out Sami for being the one that brought this to my attention when he was talking about Richard, you know, being like the Old Testament God and also the New Testament God from the last crypto cycle and this crypto cycle respectively. So we'll get more into it on Friday, guys. Check us out 2 days from now.
I might have to come listen to that.
Oh, it'll be fun, Chrispy. It'll be very fun. Like the scrolling Chiron says at the bottom of the show, you guys can catch us every 8 p.m. East. We start streaming 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday here at the DGen Roundtable on YouTube and also on Twitter. You guys can catch us here. Other than that, it's now time to go ahead and end the show. So I got to read the end of show copywriting because I still don't have it memorized, even after 2 years of doing this damn show. I want to thank you all for spending your valuable time with us here on the DGen Roundtable. As Agent J often says, we know that time is your most valuable asset, and we appreciate you spending each and every single second that you do right here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Stevenson, but more importantly, you have been watching the DGen Roundtable and also Hexfire.io. Ladies and gentlemen, or actually, just kidding, Mr. Producer, I am the producer. It's time for me to go ahead and get my trigger finger ready because it's time to remind all the folks at home to remember to DGen responsibly.